Home improvement is tough work. Hello. Sometimes it's too tough for homeowners to do it themselves.
We don't know what to do. We're hopeless.
Today's problem, newlyweds Rob Moline and Kristen Pifko have a family room that just doesn't work for them.
The room right now isn't very inviting.
A lot of space is wasted.
They want a space that's comfortable for the whole family.
The room's got to be able to multitask for us.
That's where my team and I come in.
I'm gonna transform this hollow space into the ultimate living room that'll bring the whole family together.
Look around, look around.
This job's a go.
Rob Moline and Kristen Pifko run a full house.
Well, we have a blended family. I have my daughter, Skylar, and she has 2 boys, Jackson and Clayton. And we're bringing those 2 together, and of course, we've got 1 more on the way.
The family is spread throughout the house, but they want everyone to gather in the living room, which is lacking any kind of storage and is more of a collage of mismatched furniture and blended styles.
We haven't done anything to that room yet. I would say mainly because of time. We both work overtime at our jobs, and the boys have a lot of sports. And when we do have time with Skylar, we don't want to spend it working on construction projects. We want to spend it with quality family time.
Skylar only visits on the weekends and doesn't have a room of her own. So Rob and Kristen want to add an area in the living room that's just for her.
Where the boys are always wrestling and doing sports and things, she likes art. So give her some space to do the activities she likes.
This is the heart of your home, correct?
It should be.
It should be, but it's not just yet, huh?
Right.
What's that table doing?
This is our multifunction table here.
Okay, it's everything.
This is for Monday Night Football. This is for kids' homework. This is for playing games.
Sure.
This is everything. And I guess pretty soon a changing table if we don't get on the ball.
Let's talk about that fireplace over there that's hidden by the table a little bit.
It's a really great fireplace. Unfortunately, with this table, you can't ever really use it.
Let's talk about the color on the wall. Do you guys like the color?
I think it just needs something to dress up the walls a bit.
Yeah, I think we're either or with the color. I've had this color about 5 years, so I'm kind of ready for a change.
Now this wall is just a blank wall, and this TV comes out so far into the space. I'm thinking maybe some storage over here, because you have no storage in this room. Is that something that would help for the space?
Yes, storage would be great. An area to watch movies and play video games needs to provide an area to put all that stuff in a way so you don't see it.
Well, you guys, this room has a lot of potential. I think the infrastructure is definitely here right now. So really, fortunately, all we have to do is start clearing things out and we get started on the room. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's get to work.
Let's go.
All right.
To give Kristen and Rob a home base for their family, we're gonna add modern design in a very comfortable style, so the entire family will want to hang out in this room. We'll start by adding a contemporary charcoal gray on some of the walls. That way the crisp white trim will really pop. And on the opposing walls, a slate blue will complement the charcoal gray and the pre-existing beige tile floor. On the back wall, we're gonna build a custom entertainment center with plenty of closed-off storage for games and toys. Above it, we're gonna add modern art in an unusual material that's gonna become the backdrop for a flat screen TV. Coming off the corner, we'll install an art table with repurposed seating that we can store underneath. The cold tile floor creates an unwanted echo, so we're gonna bring in a brownish gray area rug for a warm, cozy feeling. Their fireplace is covered in marble that clashes with the floor tile, so we're gonna cover it up with a cement-based product in a rust color that will add a warm punch to the fireplace wall. And above the mantle, we're gonna hang photos that incorporate all members of this family. Comfortable furniture with modern lines in kid-friendly colors and a custom expanding coffee table will create the perfect space for family game night. And finally, lots of contemporary accents and accessories with pops of color will give Kristen and Rob the family-friendly living room that they need.
With the plans drawn out, it's time to get my team assembled, including designer Ginny Choi and carpenter Jake Scott. The first project we need to get started is giving new life to the walls.
I'm painting this wall a charcoal gray color because it's the focal wall with the fireplace, and the crisp white molding here is just gonna really shine against the darker wall. And on this side, we're going with a lighter blue slate color, which looks good with the charcoal. It also complements the buttercup yellow that's in the rest of the house.
Storage in the living room is non-existent, so Rob and I are constructing a brand new entertainment center with tons of cubby space.
So what you and I are gonna do is work from the inside and work our way out.
All right.
All right?
Sounds
so
good.
first things first, let's start working on the shelving system. And as you can see, we're gonna have to follow this diagram. And I have it lettered out so we know where to begin and where to end. We'll build a box upon a box upon a box, all right?
Okay.
So let's start off with the sides. See, it's all gonna be a big puzzle.
Our entertainment center may look tricky, but once our 3/4 inch MDF pieces are arranged, we just nail them together with 2-inch finish nails.
All right, so what do you think?
I love it.
Yeah, it's
looking
pretty
good.
cool, huh?
It's looking really good.
So you guys have a lot more storage with this
Yeah.
piece. But
Yeah.
Rob, we still have to make one more of these. This is only half of it.
Wow.
For more information on design ideas, log on to hgtv.com.
Rob and Kristen love having a fireplace, but the marble just doesn't fit their style. So Jake's adding a cement-based material to the face of it. But first, he needs to prep the area.
And because we're dealing with marble and it's such a smooth surface, I'm applying a coat of primer to ensure that our cement-based overlay will adhere to the surface.
While Jake preps the fireplace, Ginny's working on a unique piece of art that'll also add definition to the space.
I'm creating wall art using these styrofoam sheets, and I want to put some designs on it. But instead of using heat or cutting it with knives, I'm brushing on some acetone, which chemically dissolves it and gives me the shapes that I want.
Ginny applies more acetone to create deeper grooves and less for shallow ones. We're getting rid of that fold-up table, and I've asked Kristen to give me a hand building a one-of-a-kind project to replace it.
All right, Kristen, you get to help me make a coffee table.
Okay.
All right, it's gonna be really unique because the sides will actually extend so that way the kids can get around it, you guys can play games, you can eat there, just a lot more surface area to do things. All right?
Sounds good.
Before we put our pieces together, we need to cut the slots where the sliding shelves will fit.
So I'm gonna cut these straight lines, and because they're so small and narrow, we're gonna have to use the jigsaw to cut out the ends of them.
Okay.
All right?
I'm also mitering the connecting sides of our coffee table to ensure a nice tight fit all the way around.
All right, Kristen, so now the sides are mitered with that great edge so we can actually connect them. And then, of course, the slot is in all of the sides so we can put that little extension onto it. So let's go ahead and start putting them together.
Okay.
Coming up next, a simple process to finish this styrofoam art piece and make it wall ready. Plus, an inexpensive and eco-friendly way to update any fireplace. And what will Rob and Kristen think of their new living room?
Oh my God.
Kristen Pifko and Rob Moline want to create a warm environment for their blended family, but with limited time, they'd rather spend it together than making over their living room. So my team and I are here to create a space this whole family will feel welcome.
Rob and I finished building the second half of our wall-to-wall entertainment center that'll add more storage to the room. Now he and Ginny are customizing sliding doors that will close it off.
So these doors are gonna cover it up so we don't have to look at all the stuff that's stored.
Yep. It'll give, kind of carry on that very clean look we're going for.
Ginny's using strips of painter's tape over the doors to create contemporary lines against the stain she's adding.
It's a mix of cherry and red mahogany, something neutral to really bring out the wall color.
We're giving Kristen and Rob a one-of-a-kind coffee table for the center of their living room. We finished building the structure, and now we're installing guides for the slide-out shelves.
We're gonna put a dado cut right down the middle, and then we will cut them to fit, and then the shelves will be able to slide right into these notches.
Okay.
All right?
I'm using a 3/4 inch dado blade to create the tracks, and then I can install them to the inside edges of the slots.
All right, perfect. Basically, these are shelves, which will then slide right in there like that. And then when you guys want to use them for game time, you slide them right out like that.
This is perfect. We can put a kid on each side. It's going to be great.
For more information on this project, log on to hgtv.com/Carter.
Jake has finished adding primer to the fireplace, and now he's adding the first layer of a rust-colored cement.
All right, so now it's time to add our cement overlay here, which is gonna add color and make this the focal point of the room. Now this is only the first coat of the overlay, so I can go ahead and add 1 or 2 more to really help add depth and texture.
Instead of ripping out the marble and adding to a landfill, we're covering it with natural, earth-friendly materials.
For more green ideas, log on to hgtv.com.
Rob and Kristen's living room walls are plain and empty, so Ginny's been busy creating a unique art piece that will enhance their wall-mounted TV.
Now that I have the design I want embedded in the styrofoam, I'm gonna go ahead and put a coat of wall plaster over it, which is gonna help seal it, harden it, and give it a smooth finish.
Rob and I have painted both pieces of our entertainment center, and now that they're dry, it's time to install them in the room. We're using shims to level both pieces, then we're securing them together with 3-inch cabinet screws.
All right, so what do you think?
Looks good.
Yeah,
I'm
and
liking
it's
it.
gonna look even better once we put those doors that you and Ginny made right on the front to close all the storage off.
That's where they're going.
Since we're getting rid of Rob and Kristen's mismatched furniture, Jake's constructing a custom piece for the living room.
All right, so what I've done here is I've constructed just a really simple side table to help match and tie together the pieces in this room. Now I've just made a simple 3/4 inch box here with some trim that's gonna mimic the coffee table. And to match the fireplace, I've gone ahead and I've already applied 1 layer of this cement overlay. Now I just have to finish it off with my final layer.
Our entertainment center's installed, but those doors won't hold themselves up.
So right now I'm adding the tracks on the entertainment center, and you can see I've made this dado cut. That way the doors that Ginny and Rob made will be able to slide back and forth and cover up the storage when needed. Now once these tracks are on, I'll add some trim right around the face of it. That way it's a little bit more detail, plus it will cover up the tracks.
I'm installing the tracks with glue and 2-inch pins. Then I can cover them up with rounded trim molding.
For more information on home improvement, log on to hgtv.com.
While I finish installing these tracks, Ginny's rounding up the family for a special project.
This living room is all about family, so I really want to customize it by putting family photos on our focal wall, which is right above the fireplace. So I'm gonna have the family come out and we could take some candid photos.
Coming up, a simple way to add a corner desk to any room, and decorative tips to give aged furniture a youthful makeover. And what will Rob and Kristen think of their new living room?